Hello, good day. Here's my first Atlantis Studio 5 tutorial, and I'll be showing us how to make a cool rendering with Atlantis 5. So I'll be starting from here, how to export your Revit model to Atlantis. So I have this model now. Then go to the add-ins and click on external, then export to Atlantis Render Studio. Then I'll be choosing desktop here. Then I'll give it a name, let's say example, and save and wait for a few seconds. Then it's done. So now you can check it. This is it. Then we can open it. It's better to back up, but I don't really back up now. I prefer to copy it while I'm working. Okay, so now here's the environment. Now first thing I do, because I'm just trying to show you how I make my own renderings with Atlantis, first thing I do is to duplicate this. Why I duplicated it is that I will be using one as my as the view I'll be using for my final render, and the first one is the one I'll be using to apply materials and do all those kind of stuff. So first thing I'll do now is to set my camera position on this. Something like this. Then I can move this way, adjust this. Okay, it's almost looking the way I want it. Then I can put this to 26. Oh, that's too much. 27. Okay, that's almost okay, but I still need. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. So for this now, I'll leave this alone for now because I just want to show you the rendering. So let's start with the applying of materials. So first thing, I just take care of the easiest part first, and I regard to the lawn as the easiest part. Then the shader, so I'll just increase the size, then increase the threshold. Then I prefer it to be on orthogonal, so I already have this now. Then let's deal with the curves. See, I named it curves. To apply a texture to this, I usually use a picture, that's a picture in PNG format. Add texture, then I have it under I think I saved it here, curve.png. So then I click on it, then I scroll to dimension and click this, repeat the texture horizontally and repeat the texture vertically, and make sure this is on vertical. That's what I do. Then from there I can increase this and also increase this. Okay, I think think I'm okay with this, or let me increase it a bit. Okay, let's see. I'm okay with this. Then the next thing to do, let's add a bump to it. Then decrease the shyness a bit and add a little bit of reflection. Then now we are done with the curves. We can add a little bit of color to it, just to not make the white just look somehow, the white part of the curves. Now I can add texture to the road, click on it, then right click and go to add texture. Then I have a folder I arrange my textures in. Arrange textures. I have different textures here that I use. Then I think I'll be using this, just JPG format image. Then you click on it here, and come here, and I prefer using orthogonal. Then come to dimension and click this and this. And from there you can increase the size. While you are increasing the size, take note of how you want it to be, size you want it to be. Click this again if you are not okay with the size yet. I think it's coming out now. Okay, now I think this is the way I want it. Then it's looking too bright, which I don't want, so I can mix a color to it. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Then add bump to it, but I don't want to add too much because it might make it look blurry. Then reduce the shyness and add a little bit of reflection. Okay, then the next thing I'll do is, let me zoom in and like a mirror to this. Let me add a mirror to the glass. It's actually reflecting the environment. The diffuse is black. Transparency, I need it to be a bit transparent. Reflection is okay. Diffuse is okay on black. Reflection is okay on white. It's okay. You can set this to glass if you wish. I think I'm okay with this. Then I need this to be white, something like that. Then I'll decrease the shyness and add a little bit of reflection. Okay, so this should be white. I'll decrease the shyness and add a little bit of reflection. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Then oh sorry, so for this I'll just add something of stainless to this. And I think I have stainless here. So, okay, stainless, then it should shine. Just reduce that a bit and the reflection should be okay that way. So just pick this. What I want to do is apply the same material to here, and to do that you click on this material and hold the Alt button down. While holding the Alt button down, drag this onto this, and they are now having the same material. Okay, for my doors, you can do this too. Come to, I'm going to where I have my textures folder, then down to woods, and find, I think I'll be using this. Just drag it to the door and let's say vertical dimension, repeat, okay, increase the size, then add some bump to it, then decrease the shyness and add a little bit of reflection. I think it's coming out quite okay. Then same trick we always use. Okay, only that let's make this somehow darker. Then we'll apply this. Oh, sorry. So that's okay. So now I think I already added bump to that. Okay, so let's click on this, decrease the shyness and add a little bit of reflection. Same goes to this, decrease the shyness and add a little bit of reflection. And for this I can also add a texture, this time that will be a brick. Okay. I'll look for one that should be okay for this. Just hold on a bit. I'm almost there. Okay, something like this. Click on the texture and click on orthogonal, so it will surround the object you are applying the material to. Then click on dimension, repeat, then increase the size. Okay, from here increase the size here too. Dimension again, increase the size. This is just the manual way of increasing the size without inputting the size. If you like, you can input the size, but I prefer doing it this way. Okay, then add a little bit of bump, then decrease the shyness a bit, and this. So I think that's okay. That should be okay with that. This is white. Next next should be this. Oh, this is not clicking. Okay, so on shaders, this is white. So for let's see. Okay, for this I would just like to add this and increase the size, add some bump, something like this. Then I can copy that same thing. Yeah, so this one could just be a little bit darker. Okay, I think that's okay. This is looking like the bump is too much. Okay, good with that now. So my roof, I don't really like red. I like something like dark blue, something like that, but a little bit darker. Yeah, something like this. And just decrease the shyness and add a little bit of reflection because of the sun. So I can then copy the same thing to the ridge cap. So that should be looking okay. So looking at our model now, the idea about this is to make sure that your focus are well arranged. You are having all what you want in the right place. You are able to, all what you need to view, you are having them in the right place. That's just the idea, if you understand me. So looking at this now, I can detect where my error lies. Like for instance, this, I'm thinking transparency is now a problem, which I don't want. Okay, diffuse color, dark. Okay, so next thing to do now is, let me add my grass. So I have this grass here and this grass here. To download them, you can check the link in the link below, the link in the description of the video. You get the URL, you get both of them. Okay, so I'll be adding them now. Okay, click objects, so you'll be able to move them. Okay, you can see them coming out now. So I can increase them a bit and just make my view appealing. Okay, so you should be making sense from there. Click the out button and drag to copy. So now I have a copy. So oh, sorry. So we can make this bigger than the other. just to show difference in height. Everything doesn't have to be symmetrical. So this view is having a good feeling already. So the next thing now is to make this area look appealing too. So to do that, we'll just add this gas to this. Okay. Okay. I think. Okay. As an object. Coming. Okay. So I'm in this. Increasing the size of the gas. Increasing it again. I'm giving it a bit rotation because of the view. So we also increase the height. Okay, so that will be unlocking. That's unlocking the chain here. So you'll be able to increase the height alone. Then we'll be having this. Okay, then we can duplicate it. And increase it here so they can all have different proportions. And also duplicate it again just to fill up our view. So the more you duplicate this gas, the more the rendering time will be. So let me just try to reduce it as much as I can. So we're having the gas here, we're having another gas here, so just have to fill up our environment before I show you some other things you need to know. So let me just add a car here. Let me add this. Actually, I will upload this car soon. I just added plate numbers to all of them here, apart from this. No, apart from this. This came with Atlantis. So I have this bicycle too. I added plate numbers to all this. So the car is ready. To have the car there. Then there's a tree I would like to add. So this tree, I'll add one here. It's actually very small. Okay. So this tree is actually a SketchUp model. So I imported it to Atlantis, then added some UV map images to the back of the tree and the leaves to make it look a bit realistic. Actually, you can add any SketchUp model you have, import it to Atlantis. Then if you have like some folders whereby, let me show you. I have like these trees now. I can have this, like the back of this tree, I added something like this as the texture. Then for the leaves, I added something like this as the UV map texture. So 3D maps actually came in useful. So you can see the gas here. These are the two gases. So just SketchUp models. So I'll just duplicate this and have it somewhere here. Okay. So our scene is getting developed. I can try to do something crazy here, which I know most of you might not know about Atlantis. Maybe this is actually looking small. I can increase it. Let's put it on the floor. It's looking big. Okay, so then I'll actually want to rotate it. That's 90. Okay, 90 is too much. Let's see, 45. Okay, then move it. Okay, just trying to improve the appearance of the scene. Something like that. So just to improve the appearance of the scene, that's all. So now coming here, this should be very important. That's the architect camera, very important. So it has to be on. That will stretching the edges of your model. So now let's come into the important part. First, come to the perspective, then edit the rendering settings parameter, then increase this. This is how I make my own settings. Just take note of it if you need it. This should be on high, this should be on high radiosity, then long range increased, then physical camera, and this is okay by me. You can take note of these settings. This is how I make my own settings. Then okay, then come here and I set my contrast to 13 and my brightness to 4. Then this is very important, edge. Then remove the paint effects and set this to, let's say, 9. What this is for is to make the edges of your scene come out. The edges actually add more to realism If you are using 3D Max, you will know what I mean. So okay, so we are getting somewhere. You can just add this, then come back to Elodion, and I'll set the sun, then bring out the shadow and increase it to the end, then set the sun to, let's say, 11. You see it came out a bit. Let's try 15. You see, we're making sense now. We haven't added the GRI sky, so just relax. Okay, then for this, the azimuth, let's try 130 first, and try this to 30 or 20 first, because there's a way I usually want it to be. Yes, something like this. I usually want a change in shadow. It actually makes a lot of sense. So now come to the perspective, and I'll just this is the one of the most important parts to make it look realistic. That's the HDRI sky. I usually use number 5. Just drag it into the scene. Wait for it, and once it's loaded, then double click this and increase the brightness to, let's say, 35, and switch on the lightning, which is very important. And I can set it to maybe 39 or so. Actually not too much, but it might come out clearer later. And I can pan this to where the sun actually is. Okay, so that should be okay for now. You see, the more the light, the more you add to the realism, but the light shouldn't be too much. As it is now, it's looking like it's too much, but let's just see what we can adjust. Okay. So okay. Okay, I think it's looking okay for now, and I think we are good to go this way. Let me save it first. We can cross check our settings. Sun is okay. Unless I try reducing it a bit to 11, and also this the lightning is okay. Now I'm looking at the brightness here. Let me brightness to 1. Contrast is on 13. That's okay. Let's set it to 10. Okay, I think it's time to render the scene. I will just render to this. Okay, so okay, now I've come to the end of my tutorial, and this is the final result. Okay, you can see the floor having a picture format, texture, layouts, and this is the grass. This is the other grass here. Well, it's better to save in PSD format, that's the Photoshop format, so you can fine tune with Photoshop. So this is the final result here of anything you make use of Photoshop with. Okay, actually this was done with Atlantis Studio 5, and I changed the sky in Photoshop. The sky was as bright as white, so you understand. So the grass is there, you can see it. The best thing Atlantis Studio programmers could do is to just make it possible for a texture to be added, just like this, just like adding a lawn here. It should be added, but once it comes out, it should come out with something like this grass over here. I don't know if you get what I mean. What I'm trying to say is, if I can add this lawn to the green area here, then it should just come out as something like this, just like Lumion does. To improve Atlantis a lot. Okay, I've come to the end of my tutorial, and I hope I've helped those who need it a lot. Thank you very much.